Good evening, everybody. David Franzine here. It is 8 o'clock, so we are live. And if you're not live, you're watching the recording. So thank you for your participation. I appreciate it. So just to tell you a little bit about why you're seeing me live here tonight, I'm taking some mentoring right now for my online business. And one of the challenges that our instructor gave us was to do 21 days straight of Facebook Lives. So I thought that would be pretty daunting. I didn't know if I could make it, but I was determined to do it. So I am on day 19. So I call this episode 19 of my 21-day Facebook Live challenge. Just to introduce myself real quick, my name is David Franzine. In my part-time hours, I am an online marketer. Full-time, I work at Universal Studios as a team member, where for the first 25 years, I was in the entertainment department, and in the last few years, I've worked security. Now, while I enjoy my work and I enjoy the people I work with and some of the perks of working at one of the world's largest theme parks, I realized a couple of years ago that I'd like to retire one day. And so I thought I'll probably be okay in retirement. I've got some money saved up. I've got my Social Security that'll kick in a few years, so I'll probably be all right. But I wanted to know more than just that I'll be all right. I wanted to make sure that I would be all right financially in my retirement, in my golden years. So I went online to try to make a little bit of money, and it's been a bit of a challenge at times. However, recently I started with a new company about 3 months ago, and because I've applied some of the principles that I talk about in my trainings, which you can view if you go down my Facebook profile, you'll see any of the previous 18 trainings that I've done that teach how to be successful. And what I always say is, although my message is more or less geared to online marketing, it can also be applied. Some of these bits of information and training that I provide can be applied to any sort of goal setting. So if you think, well, I'm not an online marketer, so there's nothing of value for me to gain by watching these lives or the recording of these lives, well, I would encourage you to give it a few minutes and see if you might be able to glean some sort of information that can help you in your general goal setting out of it, as far as attaining some things in life that you desire. So anyway, without further ado, we're going to get on to tonight's subject. And I came up with this just today, actually, while I was laying in bed this morning, going through another hurricane here in Florida, the second one we've had in probably just about a month's time. We got hit pretty hard with Hurricane Ian probably a little over a month ago. And then we had what ended up being Hurricane Nicole, which was a lesser category hurricane, but it came through late last night and today. And we had a lot of wind gusts. And fortunately, I didn't sustain as much damage from this one as I had the previous storm, Ian. I had some damage to my home from the first hurricane, not significant damage, but some minor damage. But I survived this one a little bit better. So anyway, for the second time during a storm, I lost my power. So I'm laying in bed this morning thinking, well, I guess that's it for me doing my Facebook Live. I guess I'm going to break my streak and not be able to do my Facebook Live tonight. And then I immediately caught myself and I said, no, I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way to do it. I'm going to light a candle. I don't know if I have any candles, but hopefully I do. But turn on a flashlight or something to give me a little bit of light. And if I have to do the damn thing in the dark, I'll do the damn thing in the dark. At least people will be able to hear my voice. So I was determined I was going to do it regardless. Well, lo and behold, shocking to me, my power was only off from about 10 o'clock this morning till about, I don't know, I guess I was taking a nap a little while ago and it came back on while I was taking a nap. So it was probably about 5 o'clock it came back on, which I was shocked that it came back on so early. I thought I'd be waiting until at least Saturday or Sunday again to get my power back on. So this subject came to my mind. I thought, well, here's another distraction. So the title of tonight's episode is Block Out the Noise. So oftentimes, and it seems when we're trying to accomplish something or set a goal for ourselves or better our life in some way, inevitably challenges come up, more so than you encounter when you're living your normal life. Doesn't it seem that way? And I made a training a few nights ago called What's Your Excuse? And so these two are similarly aligned, but I'll tell you how they're different. So when I'm talking about what's your excuse, a few nights ago, what I was talking about is when people are starting an online business or they're doing any sort of goal setting and they end up determining that it's too challenging or too difficult, they'll come up with an excuse. And it's pretty damn easy to come up with an excuse, isn't it? Oh, I don't have enough time. I just don't have enough energy. I don't have enough money. All the excuses we hear. It's really easy to come up with an excuse where distractions and what's the way block out the noise. Blocking out the noise and distractions, that's a little bit different because those aren't so easy. They're not so easy to avoid because daily in life we encounter distractions and things that can take us off of our game. And so it's easy to come up with an excuse, but it's not easy to avoid the distractions because they're always going to be there. And the main thing you have to remember is know going in, whatever goal you have for yourself, there's going to be distractions. If you think you're going to have an easy course to achieving your goals, well, I can assure you, you're going to have some distractions along the way. It's almost like when the universe sees that we're trying to accomplish something, we're tested a little bit in the beginning to make sure we're serious about it. I talked about that the other night. So you're going to have distractions. And what I always tell people is this, and we're only going to be on here a few more minutes more tonight, guys, just so you know. What I tell people all the time, especially new people that I bring into my team, is distractions are going to happen. You can't avoid that. Life is going to happen. You're going to have family situations, health situations, life, it happens. And I understand that. The main thing you have to remember is this: don't let it take you away from your dreams. Don't let it take you away from your goals, okay? And I say, if you're going to get distracted, it's okay if you have to go away for a day or two to deal with something, to handle a situation in your life. Just don't let that day or two turn into 3 days or 4 days or a week, because you know what happens then? That 3 or 4 days turns into a week, turns into 2 weeks. Next thing you know, you've lost your momentum and you're out of the game and you quit. And it's kind of like when you're not getting results in your business and you get discouraged and you quit. This is kind of on that same level. You let distractions determine your fate in life and you end up quitting. So you don't want to get into that situation where you let life distract you to the degree that you're not pursuing your goals anymore. I've had some challenges here the last couple months. I was in the hospital for a couple days. Everything's fine. That could have taken me out of my game, but I actually, while I was in the hospital, I actually worked my business from my cell phone. So I didn't let that be a distraction. I've had 2 hurricanes in the last month that I've had to deal with: water coming into my home, gutters being torn off in my house. And I could have let that be a distraction, say, well, you know, we've been hit by a hurricane. I'm just going to have to deal with this for about a week or so. I dealt with it. I took care of the things that had to be taken care of, like my health and that sort of thing. But I also still was able to carve out the time. And this is what I tell people all the time: if you're serious enough about your goals and you're determined to reach your purpose in life, you will find a way. So whatever distractions are out there, you find a way. You find 30 to 60 minutes a day to devote to your goal, to devote to your online business. It's possible. It's difficult sometimes. It can be challenging, but it can be done. So that's the main message I wanted to get across tonight. I don't really have a lot more. Seems like there was something else I wanted to mention on that subject, but the main thing is excuses are easy, distractions are hard. So don't let either one of them stop you from attaining your goals in life. And be distracted a little bit, that's fine, but make sure you get back into the game as quick as you can. You want to stay plugged in. And remember this, as I talked about in one of my other lives, in the beginning, you're not going to see massive results in your online business. I don't care who you are, unless you're an established marketer that's been in the game for years and you quit one company, go to another company, you bring a team with you, you're possibly going to be able to generate some pretty quick results. But for most people that are just starting an online business, you're going to struggle a little bit in the beginning. Your results are not going to be there. It's going to take some time to build some momentum, to get some results. The main thing you have to do is what I say all the time is be married to the action, not the results. So you want to be married to the activity each day, taking consistent daily action, having a daily method of operation, things you do each and every day to build and grow your business. Don't be discouraged when the results aren't there right away, because if you keep taking the action, eventually the results will come. So keep that in mind, avoid the distractions, deal with what you have to deal with in life, but don't let it take you out of the game for more than a day or two. Then get right back plugged into your support group, your training, your daily method of operation, and go for it. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I've got 2 more days. Is that right? Okay, today was 19. 2 more days of doing Facebook Lives, episode 20 and 21. Then I might take a little bit of a break, but I've realized I kind of enjoy this format for reaching out to people and hopefully guiding people and inspiring people. So I'm going to continue to do Facebook Lives. I'll just be cutting back to doing it once or twice a week. But for now, 2 more nights we'll be going again. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great night. Remember, live your dreams, okay? Have a good one. Bye-bye.